Candles are by far my favorite item to purchase, and I burn candles every single day right when I get off work. I light candles to set the mood and kind of turn my brain off. While I definitely gravitate towards more fall and winter scents, I've now collected enough candles to do a full spring and summer roundup. And I've broken it down into scent profile. So we have Beachy, Fresh, Gourmand, Fruity, and Floral or Vegetal. If you know of any must-have candles for spring and summer that I missed, drop them in the comment section below so we can have your recommendations. Let's get started. When I think of a spring and summer scent, my mind automatically goes to beachy fragrances, and my absolute #1 favorite beachy candle is Casa del Unknown's Vacanza candle. This is $48. It's a small business run out of Chicago, and it's an LGBTQ owned business. I also prefer the look of a glass vessel over something like ceramic or metal because it's able to add a beautiful amount of light to a space. It's 12 ounces for $48, and it's made from coconut wax, so you get a pretty sizable candle for that price. And the description says, Vacanza is beach therapy at its finest, with notes of coconut, kumquat, sea salt, sunscreen, and bergamot. This solar coconut scent will take you straight to the shores of the Italian Costa Azzurra. The two most prominent notes are coconut and sunscreen, which I love, but there's also this amazing saltiness that I think just rounds it out and makes it more special and kind of evokes more of a scent memory for me because you just imagine yourself actually at the beach. The bergamot adds a beautiful freshness, and honestly, I don't really know what kumquat smells like, but it's gotta smell good because this is one of my favorite candles in the video. I also like their candle Anna Capri, which was released in this collection, and it has coconut, pineapple, bergamot, white lily, orange flower, sandalwood, and palo santo. So it was definitely more fruity, but a lot more floral and like a little bit incensey as well. So if that's more of your vibe, check that one out. But for me, a coconutty sunscreen scent is the way to go. A very similar candle is the Vacation Inc. Well-Tipped Pool Boy candle. And I don't know what happened to mine. When my friends were here, they must have knocked this over when it was lit because it's like covered in wax. This is 8.5 ounces for $34, and it has soy wax. In the description of the candle is tall, handsome, and asked for by name, the world-famous vacation brand Pool Boy scented candle is a strictly platonic, olfactory affair of tropical romance, unchecked fantasy, and over-attentive summer employment. You gotta love Vacation Inc. And the fragrance notes are coconut sunscreen, recently de-leafed swimming pool, resort towel, a dash of hand-me-down cologne, and desire. So similarly to the Casa del Unknown Vacanza candle, the top two most prominent notes are coconut and sunscreen, but that's really where their similarities stop. That resort towel translates to being just like a really clean, fresh smell. But my personal favorite note is probably the recently de-leafed swimming pool. There's a note of chlorine in here that's just so evocative of like your summer nostalgic memories as a kid. That's what Vacation always nails, is they just know how to create those scent memories. And there is a touch of some kind of like cologne, but it is so incredibly subtle that it's not the kind of thing that overpowers the rest of the notes. It just makes it a little bit sexy, and that's what I love. I wish this didn't come in a green wax. I like my candles to be all neutral colored, but they do have other scents and other candles that come in like a white and a blue, but this scent is my favorite from the brand, and I've already purchased a backup. A slightly more fresh and floral take on the beachy candle is the Beauty Pie Praia do Paraiso candle. This is 8.4 ounces. If you have a Beauty Pie membership, it's $29. And the website says, nothing replaces a fortnight on a beach, but this comes tantalizingly close. A breezy, fresh air top followed by a sprinkling of warming sea salt, the sun-drenched immortelle flower, and tonka beans and musk to keep it all beautifully mellow. So the total notes are top notes of fresh air and aldehyde, middle notes of sea salt, immortelle flower, accord peau, and base notes of seaweed, tonka bean, and musk and patchouli. Right off the bat, the first thing I get is fresh air. It's like crisp air, flowers, like a sea breeze. It's so nice. It totally reminds me of Vacation. Totally get that sea salt. You get the seaweed that adds this kind of brininess and bitterness that I really enjoy in this candle. The immortelle flower is also really beautiful. It's not too overpowering. It just makes you feel like you're somewhere that's covered in flowers. And while I can't specifically pick out the notes of tonka bean, musk, and patchouli, combined, I can tell that it's grounded in that kind of earthiness that just makes it a really realistic vacation scent. So while the other two are definitely very beachy in that coconut sunscreen smell that we all love, this one has more of a scent memory of like the physical place that you're vacationing at, and that's why I really love it. And so far, all three candles have the same throw. I would say they're moderate to strong throw, but in a really good way. Like, I normally don't like candles that have a strong throw. They can fill up a large room without being overpowering, without giving you a headache or anything like that. I have a very sensitive nose, so I don't like candles that are super strong, but I do know a lot of you like stronger candles, and I think so far these three would work well for you too. Now we're gonna move into the fruity scents, and the first one I have is my latest purchase, which is Sweetwater Decor's Island Air. This is 9 ounces for $20, but all of their scents can come in different sizes and designs, so you can get one with like a white or a black ceramic vessel. You can get a large white glass, but this is the clear glass. I just wanted to test this out because it's the smallest size. This is also a brand that you can get on Amazon, so it's pretty accessible, and their candles are made with soy wax. So the website says, imagine waking up on a beautiful island, windows are open, and the morning breeze blows the white curtains as you hear the sound of the ocean in the distance. Hints of tropical fruit entice your senses as you have breakfast in bed, as the sweet, warm air surrounds you. This is just super, super fruity in a way that still smells a little bit fresh. So the top notes are tropical fruits, middle notes are sugared oranges, lemons, and limes, and the base notes are lightly exotic mountain greens. So there definitely is some kind of like green vibrancy or green freshness that does kind of round out just how fruity the rest of the candle is. I don't like any kind of fragrances that are overly sweet or sugary, and this is just a hint of sugary fruit rather than a tart fruit. So you won't dislike this candle if you don't like something sweet. It's not too sweet. It's also really simple, which sometimes is super refreshing. It's just a lot of fruit and a little bit of freshness from the greens. My all-time favorite fruity candle that I have purchased so many times is the Jenny Kane Currant Candle. For $65, you get 10 ounces, and the wax is a blend of coconut, soy, beeswax, apricot oil, and paraffin with a lead-free cotton wick. So the website says, inspire a relaxed, sophisticated mood when you light this candle during cocktail hour or while taking a nice relaxing bath. Notes of bergamot, cassis, white rose, and oak moss make for a dark, romantic scent. I totally disagree with that scent description. I mean, this has bergamot, cassis, rose, and oak moss. Like, that's the opposite of dark and romantic in my mind. But to each their own. To me, it's fruity most prominently, and then it's like equally floral and green. If you put Jenny Kane's Currant next to Diptyque's super popular candle Bay, you can't tell the difference between the two. In fact, let me pull up the notes for that one. So the difference between Currant and Bay most notably is that the size of the Diptyque candles are teeny tiny. You only get 6.5 ounces for $70 from Diptyque, so this is better value even though it is still an expensive luxury brand. And the notes for Diptyque's Bay are just fresh Bulgarian roses sweetened with black currant leaves. So there you go. This just has a little bit of something extra with the bergamot. In a recent favorites video, I talked about how Diptyque's perfume L'Ombre dans l'eau, which is the fragrance version of their candle Bay, pretty much evokes exactly where I'm living right now up in Northern California in Garberville. So this candle does exactly the same thing. So this home that we're in right now, we're renting from John's family, and his dad is an expert gardener. He has an incredible green thumb, and he's planted roses all over the property that are so beautiful and fragrant. But we also have a whole stretch of wild blackberry bushes here, and they're in their prime and they're super ripe and juicy right now. If you've seen any of my videos, you know this place is also full of so much lush greenery and redwood trees. It's a really special place in California, and I feel very lucky that there are products out there that kind of mimic this exact scent memory, so that when we have to move out in January, I can sort of close my eyes and smell it and be transported back here again. My last candle in the fruity category is Palm Trees in 80 Degrees, Coast of Saint-Tropez. You get 12 ounces for $28, and the website says this elegant scent boasts subtle notes of pear blended with apricot, nectarine, and jasmine, cushioned by a base of vetiver and vanilla. You won't want to stop burning this one all spring and summer long. So top notes are pear and freshly cut melon, middle notes of jasmine, nectarine, and apricot, base notes of vanilla flower and vetiver. What's interesting about this is what I smell most prominently is a note that's not on here. This is super, super tart, to the point where I'm actually like my mouth is watering because it's so sour and so tart, which is kind of a refreshing take on a fruity candle. Most of them are like really sweet fruit or really fruity floral. This is like zingy, tart fruit, and it almost smells to me more like pineapple, even though that's not a note here. I don't know, it just really smells like pineapple to me. The palm trees and 80 degrees candles have such a strong throw. If you have a very sensitive nose, this may not be the best candle for you, but if you're someone who really loves a strong throw, you want a candle that's gonna fill up the whole floor of your house, then this would be a great one. I also really like their, I think it's called Raspberry Sangria candle. That's a great one too. But I'm such a sucker for a fruity candle, so this is definitely my favorite. Next, we're gonna move on into the Gourmand category. When I imagine a Gourmand spring and summer candle, the first thing I think of is Mala the Brand's cereal candle, which is exactly the scent of Fruit Loops. That's it. There's no other description. It is a spot-on exact replica of how Fruit Loops smell. Holy shit, my mouth is watering. It's so good. It's spot on, it's incredible. I first heard about this candle through Jamie Page, and I'm so glad I bought it. Technically, the notes are lemon, lime, lavender, vanilla, and sandalwood, but the description is nostalgia in a jar. With a perfect balance of light lemon, citrus, and berries, this candle will take you right back to your best childhood memories. Saturday morning cartoons in your pajamas with a big bowl of your favorite cereal. Dare we say it smells like Fruit Loops? Unfortunately, right now it's sold out on their website, but I believe this is their most popular candle, so I don't think it's discontinued or anything like that. And Mala the Brand candles come in 4 ounce, 8 ounce, or 16 ounce, and this is the 8 ounce for $38. I do find that Mala the Brand generally has a very, very light throw, and their candles are pretty tiny as well, so if you want a candle that's just gonna fill up a whole room, this probably isn't the brand for you. But I actually don't mind that because I like burning this in our kitchen or in our little sunny breakfast nook, and those are smaller rooms. And if you're interested in Mala the Brand, they're a small woman-owned business in Canada, and they have a lot of scents that I really love. This is just next level good. It's next level good. I forgot to mention in cereal, but Mala the Brand says that they are cruelty-free, 100% vegan. Everything is delivered with biodegradable packing, peanuts, and recyclable packaging. Their cotton wicks are lead-free, and their wood wicks are FSC certified approved. They also have a custom blend of coconut and soy wax that's 100% biodegradable, made from vegetables and a renewable source. So I very much appreciate Mala's commitment to sustainability. And the best part about Mala the Brand is for every purchase, they plant a tree. Mala the Brand's Cottage is one of my all-time favorite candles. I actually wasn't gonna include it in this video. I was actually looking up the details of the cereal candle on my phone when I saw that Cottage was back in stock. Over the winter time, like at least 6 months ago, Mala the Brand said that they were discontinuing this candle. So I went out and I bought 10 more of them. So needless to say, I will not be running out of Cottage anytime soon, but since they discontinued it, if you're interested, maybe get your hands on it now because this scent is crazy good. The website says, pair this dreamy scent with your favorite playlist, a charcuterie board, and a bottle of wine or two. With musky layers of rich mahogany and undertones of smooth coconut, Cottage captures the essence of a relaxing weekend getaway for you to soak up in the comfort of your own abode. And the full notes are mahogany, bergamot, coconut, cedarwood, and sandalwood. The coconut is the strongest, which is why I'm including it as a Gourmand candle in a spring and summer video. And that bergamot also just makes it super fresh and nice. And then the mahogany, the cedarwood, and the sandalwood just give it this beautiful woody richness that I find balances out the candle and makes it really appropriate for year-round burning. There's some kind of scent memory that this evokes for me, and I still haven't been able to put my finger on it, but it's something from my childhood, and John knows what I'm talking about too. I don't know what it is. It's like deeply, deeply comforting, but it also smells nice and bougie. It's just like, it's so good. Yeah, there's a reason why I bought 10 of them. The last Gourmand candle for spring and summer is the new Savant's The Usual candle. This is epic. It's so epic. So this is 7 ounces for $38, but they also do have a 14 ounce candle. Unfortunately, both are sold out right now, but this is not being discontinued. It's definitely a regular on their website. And the description is, The Usual is inspired by Ingrid's Saturday morning walks in Brooklyn and the distinct sense of fondness and belonging that develops when you become a regular. At a coffee shop, cafe, store, or even just around the block. Sweet, warm, and inviting, this decadent scent is balanced by wood notes and has an ease to it that'll make you want to burn it all day. Spot on. So the top notes are cocoa dusting and pistachio. Middle notes are black coffee, smooth caramel, and vanilla bean. Base notes are suede oak, soft cedarwood, and smoked patchouli. This is not the kind of candle that smells like a fragrance. It smells like what the actual notes are. I hope that makes sense. So instead of smelling like a candle or a perfume, it smells like You are making brownies, they're in the oven, and you are brewing a pot of coffee. Like with a lot of these candles, you would know if you walked into a room that someone was burning a candle, even if it smells really spot on to the notes. But this, you would walk into the room and be like, who's making brownies? They use soy wax and cotton wicks, and they're vegan and cruelty-free, and their stainless steel container is made from 25% post-consumer content. So this is another Gourmand one that is totally appropriate for burning year-round. It has that really comforting warmth and that dessert quality that we particularly love in the fall and winter time. But I just find that something about the pistachio, the woodier notes, and the coffee make it something that is totally appropriate for year-round. I burn this all the time. This is actually my go-to candle. If there's something in the kitchen that is smelling weird, like John makes fish all the time, and to get rid of that scent, I burn this candle because it just instantly transforms the kitchen. It's like an instant fix for any weird smells in the house. And something else I love about Ingrid's company, the New Savant, is that every candle is completely unique. Every time I smell one of her candles, I've never smelled that candle before. Whereas with a lot of these candles I've talked about, like Diptyque Bay and Jenny Kane Currant, yeah, I'm obsessed with them, but they smell exactly the same. They're not groundbreaking. With all those beachy scents, there are slight variations, but you kind of get the same vibe. The New Savant is doing scents differently, and for that, I really appreciate them. I also loved their winter launch, California Christmas. Oh, that was so good. And not only that, this looks super small, but they have a strong throw. Every New Savant candle that I've tried, this tiny little 7-ounce can fill up an entire massive room, but not in a way that's overpowering or gives me a headache. It's just really impressive for such a small candle. If you compare the New Savant to the Mala candles, they're the same size, but Mala only fills up a small room, whereas the New Savant fills up a large room. Totally depends on your preference, but I'm very much impressed with how strong the throw is. And I do have another candle from the New Savant, but we're gonna move into the fresh category. This is Jenny Kane's Montecito candle. And the notes of this are spearmint, lemon, jasmine, and musk. Again, it's a 10-ounce candle for $65. But the great thing about Jenny Kane that I forgot to mention earlier is that you should just create a rewards account. All you have to do is sign up with your email. And for every purchase, you get points. And their point system is not like Sephora. It's like a really good point system. I was able to buy 4 out of 6 candles completely for free because of the points that I racked up. So if you buy from Jenny Kane, make sure that you have that rewards program. This to me smells like what I imagine Oprah's Montecito mansion to smell like. Crisp, fresh, clean, slightly floral, a little sexy and musky. It just smells like what Oprah's Montecito mansion has to smell like. It's just truly that fresh mint candle that I've been looking for. That's not like a Nest eucalyptus and mint candle, which is very much like spa, mint, eucalyptus, like fresh notes. And while I do love that candle, I actually don't have it with me because it's in John's parents' house. This one is more of a mint forward, but very well balanced candle, and I appreciate that about it. Lastly, in the fresh category, we have another Jenny Kane candle, and it's Topanga. The website says, inspired by afternoons spent horseback riding in Topanga Canyon, this scent includes notes of green leaves, vanilla, eucalyptus, mosswood, and grapefruit. Damn, that's a bougie life. I get the green leaves, eucalyptus, and mosswood most prominently, but the grapefruit adds such a beautiful freshness and tartness to this candle that it's not like super green and vegetal. It's more so green and fresh and a little bit tart. And I can't really smell the vanilla, but I'm sure it's in there and it just kind of grounds it a little bit more. So if you've been looking for a really green candle that isn't like green fruity, green floral, or green vegetal that can be really bitter, this would be my recommendation because it's so beautifully balanced out by the grapefruit and vanilla. Out of any candle company I've ever tried, I have the most favorites out of Jenny Kane for a reason. She knows what she's doing. They pricey, but they good. The last category of spring and summer candles I have is either floral or like super green. And for floral, I have the New Savant Androgen. The website says Androgen began with Ingrid's love of Paris, from the hotels to the music, to the sounds of the street, and of course the people. It's an exploration of sensuality in the space beyond binaries. Neither masculine nor feminine, this is a scent that seems to shift ever so slightly with time. If je ne sais quoi could be embodied in a fragrance, this would be it. And on the website, she puts scent memories for each candle, and this scent memory is a candlelit lounge in Paris, sumptuous velvet, red roses, the crackling of a vinyl record, and the allure of a beautiful stranger. The notes are top notes of sea salt and lavender, middle notes of rose petals, plum, and dewy peony, and the base notes are smoked resin, dark woods, and rich incense. If you're new here, I'm really not a fan of florals, floral candles, floral perfume, floral anything. I'm just not a floral girl. Typically, I'm sure that a spring and summer candle roundup would generally include a lot of florals, but this is the only one that I really truly like. And I'm really glad I have it because I never would have purchased this on my own. This was sent to me in PR, so thank you, Ingrid, for that. I feel like I'm slowly starting to open up my mind to florals. This one just smells like a spring morning to me. I think the addition of the sea salt and the plum really balance it out in a way where it's still floral heavy without being like florals. And of course, with the resin, the dark woods, and the incense, that makes it so much richer and more earthy and woody, so it's just a really well-balanced floral. John also absolutely hates floral notes and floral candles, but he really likes this one, so that says something about it. Again, from the new Savant, it's a scent that I've never smelled before, and I really like it. My last candle of this video is unsurprisingly another Jenny Kane favorite, and it's their Basil candle. I just looked it up on the website, and hilariously, this is one of Oprah's favorite things in 2019. See, I knew that Oprah knew these candles somehow. She lives in Montecito, where Jenny Kane is. It all makes sense. And the description is, bright and fragrant, this candle creates an energetic atmosphere, perfect for the kitchen or bathroom, with notes of neroli, green herbs, bay leaves, and jasmine. This is super, super green, almost vegetal, because, you know, the name is basil, but there's definitely a floral quality from that jasmine. I would say it's almost equal parts green and jasmine, like that jasmine really comes through, so it does feel still, you know, a little bit floral, a little bit feminine, but the green herbs and the bay leaves just make this so special and unlike anything I've ever smelled before. I haven't lit this one yet. This is a new one to me, so I can't tell you what the throw is on this, but generally, again, Jenny Kane candles have somewhat of a soft throw. Once again, Jenny Kane, just she knows what she's doing. That's everything. Those are all my favorite candles. God, I love talking about candles. I could do this all day. I'm like so energized. Now I want to go look online and see what other candles I can buy. Please drop your recommendations in the comment section below. What candles are your favorites for spring and summer? I would love to know which ones you're burning right now. I can feel my little online shopping fingers getting ready to work out. That's it from me. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.